first of all, just aesthetically, like the nighttime fishing, like I went out there and did it with the ice fisherman in the film, and just you're like sitting on a black void. It's really strange, and then it's very meditative. You're just staring at the hole, waiting. It's somehow very different than normal fishing, which I've done a ton of,
Mm-hmm.
And it's very calming. But I also loved that it's like some escape that anybody can have of any class background or whatever. Like suddenly, and this kind of comes, I think, too, from living in big cities for a bit, where you realize it's kind of like no inch of space you can ever have for yourself, really, in a big city.
Mm-hmm.
But in Wisconsin, places like this, like ice fishing, suddenly you're kind of the king of a corner of the world for a little bit. And I went one time with Richie, who plays the ice fisherman, and when we went out, I think it was like minus 14 with the wind chill, it was just awful. And then he built the tent, we got inside, and like within 5 minutes we were down to like, t-shirt and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
you're warm, you're cozy, you're swapping stories and stuff. It's cool.
Yeah. And I think that's the perfect the perfect lens to bring that story to life of someone who's feeling lonely and isolated because of the perception of something, and then the actuality of when it happens, and how that can, what I'm assuming happens in the film is opens doors for him that probably wouldn't have opened without it, right?
Yeah, I can share that. Yeah, the final, the second half of the film is his brother-in-law hooks him up with a kind of odd coworker named Carl, played by Richie, who's an actual ice fisherman, not an actor I found on Craigslist. And he's great in the movie. And so it's the rest of the film is basically their night on the ice together, and for a while you're not really sure how it's going to go. So
okay.
Yeah, they're very different personalities.
Oh, I love that. How does that process come to life? I probably haven't been on Craigslist for 7 years. Did you just post on there and say, "Hey, looking for an actor who's an ice fisherman who wants to be an actor"?
Yeah, basically.
That's sick.
Like the majority of the cast was Latino, so we cast them out of LA.
Yeah.
And then I was casting there, and I was casting in Wisconsin, and I wanted it to be this very authentic character, but I kept getting self-tapes, no offense to them, but it was very forced and very like trying to do a Fargo accent, or just something like, it needed to be authentic,
Yep.
So I thought, if I'm going to find this man, he's going to be on Craigslist anyways. So I just put the ad up, and it was pretty fast. His wife emailed me a picture of him, which could have been a close-up in the movie, and was like, "This is my husband, ha ha ha." And
you're like, "He's perfect."
I was like, "He's perfect," and he had never acted in a film before. He's like jack of all trades who plows in the winter, does roofing in the summer, and hasn't done anything like this before, but then was just like, "Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it,"
Yeah.
And it was so much fun and so interesting to work with somebody who, like, as an actor, who I got chills on like one of the final days, because he was like nailing lines. Like, it felt like watching a movie, where before that I was kind of coaching him a bit, like, let's figure out how we can make this moment work. And he had a lot of raw talent, but it was cool. By day 4, he was like nailing stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's up, friends? Beautiful winter day in Wisconsin. We're one perch away from a limit, enjoying a nice forward beverage, nice warm shack. What else can you ask for? Try out some forward beverages. Check out their website. Grab them wherever they're available near you.